Hiya! Oh, hello. Welcome. I do plan to. Why isn't the, thing popping up? Hold on. Already we're having technical issues. There we go. It's working now. Okay, I don't know if I'll be streaming any Nintendo games. I honestly don't know. And, as for who is best boy, I'm not too sure. But anyways, let's just get started. I walk into the cafeteria, ready for lunch. Suddenly, I notice a strange person? Come on, I have to be seeing things. Is that a lizard man? That's definitely a lizard man. Okay, I know I can see spirits, and I know I should have expected to see more of them at some point. But a lizard man? No fantasy novel could prepare me to see one of those in real life. Hey, Tiger, you see that? That? Oh, you mean the Yaogwai over there? A Yaogwai? A lizard Yaogwai? Lizard? Close enough. You seem to be surprised. What? Shouldn't I be surprised? That's a lizard man. Am I supposed to see a lizard man at school? Liao, it's normal to see Yaogwai everywhere. They're a part of everyday life. Hold on. Why have you never told me this before? Normally, Yaogwai won't even get close to us. They avoid guardian tigers like the plague and run like hell when they see one. You should totally ask him about it. I should ask him? Leopard looks troubled. I can tell he doesn't want to go near the Yaogwai. Now I'm a bit nervous. Why would Senpai want me to talk to him? It's fine, Liao. I really don't think this guy's a bad Yaogwai. Oh, so there are good and bad Yaogwai? Well, certainly. Gods and Yaogwai are not entirely different at all. They both originate from the heavens and earth. Chi of varying forms. But a god cannot be a god without their worshippers. Consequently, there are more Yaogwai than gods. There are absolutely some bad Yaogwai. You've definitely heard of them, but most Yaogwai are actually neither good or bad. As for this one, I would agree that you should talk to them. It could prove interesting. Interesting? Granted, I'm kinda interested in him too. Alright, let's give this asking thing a shot. Excuse me, hello? I walk to the lizard man and attempt to greet him, trying my hardest to be welcoming. He gives me his attention, and then a second look. Suddenly, his whole body is trembling. Hello? He looks behind me with suspicion. I know what he's looking at. Can I sit here, bro? Yes, certainly. Alrighty, Liao, we can sit down. We take the seats in front of the lizard man. Tiger is standing behind me, and I can see Leopard stand behind the lizard man. He's all the more nervous for it, and I can see why. We've practically got him surrounded at this point. Well, this sucks. There goes my plan to not threaten him. So, may I help you? Sorry about this. I'm just a little bit curious, so I wanted to ask you. Are you a Yaogwai? I try to keep my voice down. I don't want to embarrass him, or more importantly, myself. Yes. And you are... Oh, sorry for not introducing myself already. I'm actually just a student here, but recently I've been able to see Yaogwai like yourself. So I couldn't help but talk with you when I saw you sitting here. My name is Lin Tian Liao. Nice to meet you. I'm Yanshu Chi. Nice to meet you two. And these two gentlemen are... I'm a guardian tiger of Mazu. You may consider me as a guardian of Liao. Liku Lao. I see. As you know, I'm a Yaoguai. I don't believe my human name is important. My pseudonym is Randolph. I'm an artist. An artist? Right. I came here today to visit a professor of history at this college. So you're a Yaoguai artist who has come to visit a professor at my college. Okay. Yes. Does it seem strange? It does. I didn't mean that. It was rude of me to come up and disturb you like this. I'm so sorry. I saw that what I said made him visibly nervous, so I try to apologize as best I can. I've just got to think about how this would be for him. We just show up all of a sudden, surround him, and then ask him whether he's a Yaoguai. It's pretty forward of us. It's okay, please don't mind. I like talking to people. So, why did you choose to become an artist? Seems like that's special for a Yaoguai. I never thought about meeting a medium with guardian tigers in a college either. And then gentleman behind me, I'm not sure who he is, but I can feel that he's a very powerful spirit. It might be time for introductions, no? Oh, of course. My family is a Jitong family. We've served guardian tigers for generations. The man behind me is a guardian tiger who has come with me to Taipei all the way from my hometown. Or I should say, he came along with the statue I brought to Taipei. The other guy behind you, the one who opened my eyes to all of this. He's a spirit from the Rukai tribe who wanted my help, so he gave me this ability. Since then, I've been able to see all the gods, and I guess Yaoguai like yourself. Finally, this is my senpai. He's a leopard cat guardian tiger who also wants my help to rejuvenate his temple in Miaoli. A leopard cat guardian tiger? You would have had to be a Yaoguai once, yes? Yeah, I wasn't lucky enough to escape from my Fudagong. Terrible, huh? Doesn't seem to have been such a bad thing if you became an orthodox god out of it. However, you just mentioned something about rejuvenating the temple, so I guess your god of soil is losing his power? That may explain why you still smell like a Yaoguai. I can't feel much spiritual power from you at all. I am worried about it, but Liao wasn't helping me. Help? Isn't he just a college student? I briefly explained to Randolph why all three of them want my help specifically. So that's it. I'm not saying that I don't want to help them, but I can't just drop school for that. And to be honest, I'm not interested in becoming a priest. I'm a member of the dance club here, and I want to pursue a career where I can use my talent. But these three kind of put a spanner in the works. It's hard enough as it is to make a living by dancing, and I have to keep up on school at the moment. It's not possible for me to just get up and have a 2-year break. Honestly, it's really been stressing me out. I can see why you're so troubled. However, do you really know the details about their requests? Details? I mean, sure, I asked about them, but how much could there be to it? Priest, oracle, Jitong, whatever. They're all people who represent the wills of the gods in society. So I can communicate with spirits. Sure, that's awesome. But by being the go-to guy for, hey, I want to talk to the gods, isn't awesome after a while. Even if I get to have all these cute guys living with me, I don't want to spend a life steeped in the history of my ancestors. So have you considered any alternative ways? Alternative ways? You're still at school, so you don't have time. However, it doesn't mean that you can't help them at all. Maybe. But how? I believe you'll find a way. I doubt they would want to bother you after you solve their problems. Well said. Hurry up and drive them away so you can come back home, Liao. It's not that easy. You can't just give up and leave me halfway. Liao goes to Wutai. See, it just ends up like this. I may have been too optimistic. It seems this is not something I can judge. I do apologize for my irresponsible words. No, please don't. Talking to you is helping me think, and I appreciate it. It may be hard, but there's got to be some way out. Even if there isn't, I have to try anyway. I need to try and work this out. Thanks. I'm surprised to talk to such a polite Yaoguai like you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean... It's alright, I do treat myself as a special case. So, are there other Yaoguai like you living amongst humans? Actually, there are many of them. Some of them good, some of them bad. After all, isn't the same thing true with humans? But frankly speaking, sometimes I find other Yaoguai are annoying. Are Yaogwai aggressive to each other? Well, Yaogwai from the same species are usually fine, but typically we don't like Yaogwai from other species. Most of us have a strong sense of territory, and it's pretty common for Yaogwai to mingle within cities. Smarter Yaogwai are the ones who have learned to keep their business to themselves. But the ones with ambition are the ones who cause trouble. They're mostly taken care of by the gods and other, more powerful Yaogwai. They're taken care of? So does that mean most Yaogwai in the city are good? It depends on your perspective. To me, they just don't want any trouble. Things don't always go that easy, of course. Some new ones are born, other times they might just come here to cause trouble. It's all maintained on a shifting balance. But if something big happens, it's usually because of the temples. I guess that's why some people still hold on to these traditional beliefs. People go to temples now for blessings of fortune, better luck, or just to pass their next exam. I wonder if it's because of Yaogwai we seek these things in life, or maybe it's just because of them we have these problems in the first place. Besides, I have a lot of questions I want to ask Randolph, but I don't know where to start. So, why did you choose to become an artist? You seem pretty unique for a Yaogwai. It's just a coincidence. I was helping a friend. At the time he needed an artist, I filled the bill. It has been too long since then, and the mask of the artist has become my own face. Was this friend of yours a Yaogwai as well? Yes. So you joined human society to help that friend. What happened to your old life? I was living amongst humans back then too. The energy I need is special, and I can get more by getting close to humans. You could say there were mutual benefits between us. Mutual benefits? What kind of benefits? By living in a human community, it's easier for me to get emotions directly. After all, I live by consuming the emotions of people. Please don't worry. I'm too full now to consider eating yours. Emotions? I mean, sure you can get a lot in the city, but isn't that more dangerous for you? I worried about it at the very beginning. However, other Yaogwai won't bother you if you just live like a human. Of course, living like a human isn't easy. I see. So mind if I ask how you actually eat emotions? Fan mail. What? Sorry. What? Fan mail? Strong emotions are attached to the letters from my readers. After all, for someone to write to you, they must either adore, or despise you very much. You know, some people intimidate others by mailing knives? Seriously? Actually, I've never seen one. But I do receive a lot of messages. It's a smart way for me to live in the human community. Fan mail? Unbelievable. So I guess your life is pretty good? Like I said, it's not easy. No one sends mail to an unknown artist, and you're forgotten quickly if you don't put out work consistently. I also have to take care of this possessed body, which means I still need food and a place to live. Honestly, living is pretty hard when you have to maintain your human life and Yaogwai life simultaneously. So you still need to work for money. A lot. You don't sound like a Yaogwai at all. Most Yaogwai don't manage to make it in the city. This troubled world usually gets the better of them. Especially with how expensive it is to even live here. Life is hard. It's hard to imagine that even Yaogwai have to work for a salary. Well, I'm not good at making money any other way. Some Yaogwai use their powers in this regard, but those who don't follow the rules are taken out by others, or gods for that matter. So I make a living by drawing, even if it isn't the best job. Artists aren't paid much. My work is serialized, so it's not that bad. However, my salary depends on the popularity of the magazine, which isn't the best. I do freelancing as well, but that's very unstable. It's hard to make a fixed wage. Not all of my clients are that great either. They don't really care how much they work me. Regardless, I can't just give up on my clients. I have a reputation to maintain. Not to mention that I never know when I'll get work to begin with. I never thought that a Yaogwai would have so much to complain about. Indeed, being an artist isn't easy. What job is easy? If I can't make it work, I can just go back to my Yaogwai life. Not everyone has that escape. But I decided to take on the will of the person I possessed. I'm not just about to give up on that. Their will? Does that mean his will was to become an artist? Yes, mostly. It's not a big secret. Well, really, it started a long time ago when I listened to Randolph's stories. mostly about his life as an artist, his struggles, his successes and failures, but nestled in there are tales and rumors from the Yaogwai world. You'd never think about it, but a Yaogwai artist's view on life is really captivating, and what feels like moments the time has flown by. Randolph is startled when a stray glance leads him to the time displayed on nearby television. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's time for my appointment. I must leave you now. Alright. I'm sorry that I've taken way too much of your time, but thank you for speaking to me. It's okay. It was a rare opportunity to be able to converse with someone who can see and understand us Yaogwai. So hopefully we can meet again. Agreed. Goodbye for now. See you. As we watch Randolph leave, Senpai is already back on his phone. Hey Liao, we just skipped a lecture, you know. What? Shocked, I take a quick look at the time. We were talking for ages. Not only has our lunch break ended, but our lecture is almost over as well. It's fine. That class doesn't mark the role anyways. Hey, that's not the point. You may not care about lectures, but don't lump me in with you. But he's right. It doesn't really matter. What else can I do? We decide to wait it out until our next class as I sit there in the cafeteria with Randolph's stories, and advice still on my mind. Since speaking with Randolph, I've been thinking over what he said, while trying to find some other solution with the cats. I'm worried that if I just went and asked them about it, they'll just think that I actually intend to help them then and there. It'd mean to get their hopes up. But if I just keep ignoring it, wouldn't they end up pressuring me about it anyway? I guess I've got no choice but to talk. Talk to each of them and try and understand everything. I just have to think of how to time it. It'd be easy to talk to Tiger privately at least, since we're in the bookstore. Senpai's in class and Leopard can't read anyway, so he's been off gallivanting somewhere. Tiger loves this place so much, he'd probably live here if he could. Liao, not reading anything today? His voice sounds absent as he focuses on skimming the textbooks before him without looking up. It's as if he doesn't really care about how I could answer. Well, I just have something on my mind. A vague answer leaves me as I stumble my thoughts, not that he seems too interested in listening. This one. Intriguing. That one. Oh, this must be new, but it doesn't look very decent. I've definitely never seen anyone this deeply invested in the quality of textbooks here before. He'd make a good school teacher at the very least. But back to the point. Tiger, you know... Oh right, don't worry, I don't intend to buy any of them. They are far too expensive. While it's true they contain a lot of information, they simply use too many glossy photograph pages. It serves to drive up printing costs. Quite unnecessary. Even if they were $2, there's no way I could buy enough to keep you satisfied. Very true. I also think there must be a better way to acquire all of this information. Other than reading books, what about the internet? The internet? Would that contain information as detailed as these books? Well, you probably won't find everything as neatly organized, but at least using the internet is free. As far as your wallet is concerned, it's significantly better to not spend money. Talking about the internet, some of these books do discuss something called forums. Tiger seems to be lost in thought, pondering to himself. Wait, I still have to talk to him. Hey, Tiger? What is it? He's so engrossed in his book he doesn't even look up. Come on, give me some attention already. It's just that I wanted to ask, if I don't go home, is there any other way I can help you? Oh? What do you mean by that? I'm gonna just click this and just... There we go. I probably should have done this last night, but I'm big dumb and didn't. Do it now. Oh, what do you mean by that? Finally, I've got his attention. Help me? What would I need help with? You're trying to discuss becoming the Jitong of our temple? Yes, is there any way that I don't have to go home and become a Jitong? Your power to channel spirits is quite uncommon, something rare and special of your own. It would be a terrible shame not to use it. I am certain that both your family and the Holy Mother herself would be delighted to see you choose that path. but I am aware of your wishes to stay in Taipei. You needn't make such decisions now. There are plenty of semesters left until your graduation, after all. I know, but what if I really do stay in Taipei and never go back home? That would be a shame. And that means that the only way you'll be happy is if I go home? I know you don't want to go back, Liao. If it does come to that, I'll support you. But truly, it would seem like a waste. A waste of something that makes you special. I can foresee how your parents would react if they knew. The other guardian tigers surely would wish the same for you, Liao. If you did choose to stay in Taipei, I suppose you could always open a small temple. But if that's not what you wish, then there's nothing me or anyone else can do about it. So that's how it is. It's as I said earlier, there's no need to rush. You have plenty of time to think this over. Just don't go promising your life away to some kitten and there won't be a problem. Yeah, I'll think about it. That's good. For a while, an uneasy silence dwelled over us, so I decided to try and change the subject. What kind of things would you like to look up? On the internet, that is. Do you want to have a look together when we get back? Really? I think that brought up his mood a bit. Okay, so see these books here? I wish to look up this topic. And this one. Most likely that one too. Leah, should you not be using your phone to write these down? Oh, he's caught on to people using phones to keep notes now. These books look pretty technical. How the heck does he make sense of all this? In short, I end up spending the rest of the night looking up stuff for him on the internet. I wanted to play games tonight too. I spend the next few days trying to get some alone time with Leopard to speak with him, which is easier said than done. I can't exactly talk to him during class, and afterwards Tiger always joins us. But dance practice is going to be my best chance. Leopard always comes to dance practice. Tiger's always off to the side brooding, and Senpai's usually busy with the other senior students. Today, I make sure to go to a corner away from Senpai and Tiger to practice. Leopard followed me, so this should be as good a time as any. As much as it's never boring to watch Leopard dance. Hey Leopard, I've been meaning to ask you. I get out my words between breaks in the routine I was working on. A while ago, you told me you wanted for me to go to Wutai to become an oracle. What would you do if I didn't do that? There we go. That's comfortable. Wait. Wait until when? Wait until Liao does go. Okay, you said that it's constantly freezing. Let me check. And if I never do? Hang on, let me actually check the analytics on here real quick. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm, like, checking on here. Performance metrics there. Okay, this is a little more comfortable to see. Okay, yeah, I have like another window open so I can monitor performance as well. You say that your tribe needs an oracle, but if I don't go to Wutai, is there any other way to help you? Help not be an oracle? Like, finding some way I don't need to be there physically. The internet's pretty handy these days. People could just send questions and I could answer from back home. Not be an oracle. I don't know. But need Liao, see me, speak others. I get that's how an oracle works and all, but I don't know what kinds of problems you need me to solve. Do I need to do something, or can I just let people know what's going on? I don't really want to leave Taipei. Many problems. Urgent. All need solving. What can I do for you from here? There has to be something. I don't know. Oracle busy. Must speak with many people. What about using the internet? You're speaking over the phone. Not sure. I think... No. I gotta pull it up. Where is it? Here we go. Sure, there's a bunch of things that you absolutely need to discuss in person, but not everything's like that. And Leopard, he's determined to get something across to his tribe. But what's also important here is that they actually trust me as an oracle. Being Han Chinese makes being trusted by his aboriginal tribe hard enough as it is. Being a voice on the phone wouldn't help one bit. Liao! Liao, you tired? Wanna rest? Let's take a break. Huh? Oh, I'm fine. What's he on about? I'm already taking a break. You mind if I scooch in here? You and Kulao seem to be having heaps of fun all by yourselves. No, not at all. In fact, it's a pretty serious discussion. About going to Wutai? Yeah, that. Would it be okay for me to join you guys? Is that even a good idea? Aren't you two basically opponents over me? I wouldn't say that. If you don't go home, you can just help me restore the temple and then go to Wutai. Easy peasy. I know Kulao would want you to go there ASAP, but all that's still up for discussion, right? So for now, we're friends. Senpai grabs Leopard's arm in to emphasize his point. Leopard doesn't seem to object to the move, but his face is always the same, so I can't really tell either way. Yeah, alright. But Senpai, what's with you calling him Kulao? His name's Li Kulao. Li isn't his family name or anything. That's just how the Rukai language works. Hey, I know that. I just figured since we call our friends by first names all the time, Kulao would sound nice. Isn't that a bit disrespectful? Is it? Wait, is it disrespectful? I mean, let me search that real quick. Okay. Okay. Depends, because some names are cut short are offensive or mean something they don't like. So just ask them if they're okay being called in their short name. Because I know a few people who love being called by their short name, and I'm a bit uncomfortable because it sounds cheesy calling them that. Okay. It just depends. I'm kind of worried that Leopard would take offense to Senpai's new nickname for him, but his expression never changes. He's so aggressive. I don't really know what to make of it, but at least he doesn't seem to disapprove. So now Kulai and I are friends. Sorry, Kulai. It seems like an overly one-sided friendship at the very least. Well then, you know Senpai, it's pretty rude to cut into other people's conversations. Oh, okay then. I'll just check in with Kulao later. See ya. And there he goes off again. A classic Senpai move. Anyway, I guess we should probably continue talking about this later then. Yes. Leopard takes a while to respond. I guess he's got his mind on something else. I wonder what. I can never tell with him. After that day, I keep on trying to talk one-on-one with Senpai again, and again, but the opportunity never comes up. I didn't expect him to be such a hard cat to catch. Tiger and Leopard are always with me during class. Prying Senpai away from his fan club is near impossible during dance practice. It's not any better at home at all. With all three of them there, I can't just go have privacy with one of them. But today, I've finally come up with a scheme that should work. It basically boils down to distracting Tiger and Leopard with all the food in the cafeteria while I sneak in a few questions with Senpai. I know it won't give you much time, but it's better than nothing. You know Senpai. He was eating pork rib noodles. The school cafeteria is famous for having the best fried ribs around, and they're even better when dipped in rich soupy broth. But now's not the time to chill my college. You know, about what you want. About going with you to Meowly to restore your temple. So, Liao, you decided to come? I haven't. Please don't jump to conclusions. Fine. Liao, so what is it you wanted to ask? Well, say I wanted to stay here in Taipei. Is there any way I can still help you? Well, it doesn't work like that. There are temple ceremonies that need to be performed. How would you encourage people to come worship if you aren't even there? Like, passing along spiritual messages? Before that, we still need to clean the place up, right? What about if I came over on weekends and helped out with that? Well, you would need to be the priest. It's more complicated than just passing along messages, you know? It may sound weird, but I think you should be all down to earth and stuff when it comes to this. Your reasoning isn't very convincing, senpai. What, rude? How about showing some respect for your senpai? Well, maybe you should work on being more respectable first. I'm fine. Oh, is little kitten arguing with Liao? We weren't arguing. I'm best friends with Liao. Isn't that right? Really? Whatever you believe, you may do what you wish. But then you'll be seeing yourself back to Meowly. You're so long-winded, old man. If you don't like it, how about you leave right now? How could I? The old man is just the best. Must you call me an old man? Guardian Tiger. Old man? Not both of you. And that's how this conversation ended in an argument. Honestly, I found it hilarious. That night, I was browsing through some tech forums with Tiger. Okay, keep scrolling down. Following his orders, I scroll down the page, his eyes peering over my shoulder. So that's how it is. Now previous page. I click to go back a page. Yes, that one. Please open it. I click on the article he's pointing at. Oh, sorry, Liao. You must be getting tired. A little bit. I didn't want to complain, but it's kind of exhausting to sit around and wait for him to read each page, then move on to the next one, and the next one. I don't even know what any of this stuff means. If only he didn't need my hands to work the computer for him. Isn't there a better way to do this? I'm pretty bored just sitting here watching you read. Why not ask Senpai to help you use the mouse? Say what? Why should I help that old man? He's the one always pushing me to leave. I'd rather not have the help of that little kitten. So we're in agreement here of that. But this is no fun for me. Even if it's no fun, there's no way I'm helping my enemy. Even if it was for your sake, Liao, I still wouldn't put my trust in that kitten. They really do have it out for each other, don't they? Should I do something? Okay, should we try and get Senpai and Tiger to get along? Okay. Hey, how about we take this from a different angle? Senpai, if you and Tiger can get used to helping each other out on the computer, then maybe he'd stop asking you to leave. Oh, but what if he doesn't? Tiger, if I refuse to help, you won't have any other option but work with Senpai. Not at all. If Leo refuses to help me, then I'll just stop using the computer. Wouldn't that be a shame? It's only help clicking the mouse. It's not like you need to be friends. He just has to do what you say. Still, I refuse. Huh? Who could it be at this time? I take out my phone. Oh, a call from home. This is totally going to be bad news, isn't it? Let me get this. Well, at least they stopped bickering while I'm on the phone. Hello? Dad? Liao, it's me! What, bro? Yeah, Liao! Surprised to hear me or something? Hey, Dad's the only one who ever calls me. So yeah, it's surprising to hear you, bro. You know, I'm not one for phone calls. Dad was just talking to me about you seeing Guardian Tigers. There's no way I would pass up asking you about that. Huh? No, I haven't. Okay, should we tell him about seeing Guardian Tiger? Wouldn't that be impossible? There's no way people can really see the guardian tigers. Really? Don't you know it's absolutely possible? No, I mean, how could I? Why else would you ask Dad about it? Well, I just wanted to know about our family, if we had that kind of history. So you have seen one. Or was it just your imagination? It's not my imagination, but all too real. Yeah, the guardian tiger is actually right here next to me. He can speak too. Speak? Really? Leah, little bro, you feeling okay? Any signs of fever? I know it sounds hard to believe, so I'd understand if you don't. I also couldn't believe it at first, so I wanted to ask Dad about it. But he just said it's impossible. Leo, you know it's normal for most people to think like that. You're special. They can't see the things you can. I know, but that doesn't mean I'm not stressed out because it's only me. Leo, who are you talking to? It's nothing. I was just talking to the guardian tiger. For real? This is weird. What do you mean? Well, why can't I see guardian tigers then? Could it be that statue you took to Taipei? It is, yes. So is your guardian tiger really small? No, actually, he's huge. At least 2 meters tall. Huh. So a huge one came from that tiny statue. What else? Oh yeah, what's his name? Name? I don't know. I don't have a name. Gods are usually named by humans. He says that he doesn't have a name. Names are given by humans. Really? So why not give him a name? Well, I never thought to do that. So he really doesn't have a name, as far as he's telling me. Guardian Tiger, do you want a name? Yes, he does. I'm a Guardian Tiger too. It's super awkward every time you call the old man Guardian Tiger. Oh, but Senpai? Well, I don't really care. I'm just a small god. It would be unusual for me to have a name. If it's causing that little kitten to feel awkward, that's all the better. Heh, so you're just trying to bully me now. Although I do suppose that Liao choosing a name for me would be nice as well. It's a sign of a strong bond between a god and their worshipper. Oh, you put it like that. I'd rather Liao not give you a name. I know. Liao, why not name me instead? Aren't you already Yan Shuqi? That's your senpai's name, not my name. Liao, please help choose one for me. Kitten, stop being a pest to Liao. Liao? What's going on? Oh, nothing. Guardian Tiger was just saying. So the Guardian Tiger is really right there next to you, talking. Yeah. Wow, really? So can I ask it a few questions sometime? Sure. That might not be the worst idea. If we're asked anything, I don't know, like possession or worship rituals, might even learn something new. But on the other hand, well, if I ask some questions, then I could prove you really are seeing a Guardian Tiger for sure. What? You don't believe me yet? Nothing is certain until we make it certain. I mean, you'd have to be nuts to be lying to me at this point, but it's pretty hard to believe. I just want to make sure. It's alright if you don't believe me. Might even have been best if I didn't tell you at all. Well, too late. You already told me. But still, I'm kind of sad you're the one who gets to see a Guardian Tiger and I can't. I mean, I've only been able to see him pretty recently. I'd probably be better if my brother was the one who could see the Guardian Tigers and not me. After all, he's a Jitong already. But it was because of Leopard I got this power. If Leopard gave to my brother instead, then it could have been an even bigger problem for my family. But please don't tell Dad about this. I know, I won't, but be more careful. Just don't reveal things to people you'll regret later. And you really need to find better hiding places for your manga. What? Bro. Don't worry, I put them in a better hiding place. Just be more careful, okay? When you come back home, I'll tell you where I hid them. Oh, okay. Thanks, bro. No problem. Talk to you later. I hang up. Well, that was sudden. My brother found my doujins, and now I've told him about my Guardian Tiger as well. What have I done? Liao, are you okay? No, not really. Why did I have to go and tell him? Now the whole family's just going to find out. Well, I suppose all of the gods back home already know, so it's not a big issue. What? Clairvoyant and Clairaudience are there. They just haven't traveled here to see you yet, but I'm certain they are waiting excitedly for your return. Now I really don't want to go back. Don't worry about it. He says don't worry, but I'm absolutely still worried. I know I'm just searching for someone to believe me, but opening up to my brother might not have been a great idea. Maybe I should have just said that I didn't know anything. I take a deep breath and look back to my computer. The website I was searching through with Tiger is still up on the screen. Oh right, that's what I was doing. I let out a deep sigh. At least that's over with. It's Friday. Another week's gone by, and I still have no clue what to do. Liao! Yeah? What? Senpai jumps out of nowhere, determined to get my attention, shocking the living daylights out of me like usual. Hey, this weekend, let's go out together. Again? Senpai, you always want to go out. Aren't you tired? Weekends are for having fun with your free time. Come on, Liao, aren't you bored of staying in all day? Oh, I'm fine with staying in. It's a great chance to get a rest. With 3 cats around, it's hard enough to take care of them every day. Then they always want to go out on the weekends too. Sometimes I just want a day with nothing to do, just to stay at home, rest, and take my mind off things. And this weekend there's Qingming, the tomb sweeping festival coming up, which means we should go to it. You always want to go somewhere every week. But this is way different than all those weekends. It's the perfect time of the season to go to a festival. What's so special about this season? Come on, Liao, think for just a second. Well, it's spring. We already went to the hot springs, and you can't say there's many cherry blossoms in Taiwan. Cherry blossoms. Getting warmer. Perhaps there's another tree I'm thinking of. Taiwan doesn't have any blossom festivals. What do you mean? You really don't know what I'm talking about, do you, Liao? I'm talking about tongue blossoms. Tongue blossoms? What? How do you not know about tongue blossoms? They're literally everywhere. So soon all the tongue blossom gardens are going to be full of tourists wanting to see them. Meanwhile, now's the best time to go, as promoting the Hakka Tongue Blossom Festival have been everywhere. How have you not seen one by now? Huh, the Hakka Tongue Blossom Festival. Well, I can't say I've really looked it up, but this has to be the best time to see them regardless, so we should go together. Flower blossoms? Huh. I don't actually know what tongue blossoms look like, but I guess a tongue blossom garden is probably going to be pretty similar to a cherry blossom one. Honestly, as it stands, I've only even seen cherry blossoms bloom in manga. So where can we go to see them? Well, the best tongue blossom gardens are in Hsinchu and Miaoli. As much as I'd love to show you my hometown covered in a sea of blossoms, you probably don't want to go that far. The places around here are really nice too. So where are they around here? The mountain way behind our campus is known to have wonderful gardens, a perfect day trip for the two of us. Huh. It's actually not that far out, but since it's in the mountains, that means that we have to hike up. Don't we? You don't like hiking? Oh, it's not that. I'm just thinking out loud. Honestly, it sounds a lot nicer than the usual. Liao, let's go look at some shops full of stuff we can't buy. I don't know why, but I prefer places that don't have many people around. Okay, so what do we need to bring? Well, we can bring stuff for a picnic. It won't be much to put together. I can even do it all for you if you want. Yeah, sounds good. I'm all for it. But I'm not sure how the other two feel about it. I turn to look at the other 2 cats. The tiger shrugs his shoulders, and the leopard is just sitting there looking blankly like usual. I take no issue with this outing. So then we're set. We're gonna go see the flower blossom tomorrow. And that's how yet another weekend was planned out for me. Ugh, it's so cold. Yeah, the air up here is super refreshing. Are you even capable of feeling cold, Senpai? It's already April. Who needs a jacket this time of year? This high up, of course you need a jacket. Aw, Liao can't handle a cold breeze. But you have fur. That's hardly fair. Well, not really. Tiger and leopard are spirits, so it's not like they feel the cold. Enough, you two. Kitten, don't encourage Liao to catch a cold. Aw, this old man's always telling you to put more clothes on, Liao. It's such a pain to have to put a bunch of clothes on just to take them off again. Oh, more of a pain than getting sick? Tiger comes over to me. Before I can work out what he's doing, he presses his paws against my ears, sending his warmth right through me. It really cuts through the cold. Oh, thank you. Ooh, I want to try! Senpai runs over and gives me a big hug. Kitten. I was expecting Tiger to come over and pull Senpai off me. Instead, he pulls all of us, including Senpai and Leopard, into his arms with one big hug. What? Okay, I think that's enough. Being hugged by the 3 of them is really heartwarming, but I'm kinda anxious over someone seeing us. Well, me and Senpai, that is. It's weird for 2 guys to be hugging like this out in the open. Hey, okay. I did think to try and push them off me, but I know I wouldn't have been able to, so I just stand there, enjoying their warm care and affection. They let go of me. Eventually. Worried about anyone having seen us, I rush them to move on. So that's them, huh? Didn't expect the rumors to be right. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. We follow Senpai to a small path going up the mountains. While this mountain has been built up for tourism, the hiking trails wind all over the place. Without Senpai, we'd probably have gotten lost by now. Let me see. Okay, according to the map, this spot over here should be the best place to see the flowers. This way. Hey Senpai, what do tongue flowers even look like? Oh, they're white, and when they fall to the ground, it looks like snow. I'm surprised we haven't run into a few yet. We should be right around. We walked down the path, enjoying the fresh mountain air. We're still not seeing any flowers other than a few bushes growing alongside the hiking trails. Maybe if we go further in... We go further along the trail until we come to a series of stone steps. Imagine how many stones they'd have to bring out here to make all these steps. The neatly placed stone walkways make hiking up a mountain feel like a leisurely walk through the park. A little further on, and the walkways cease to be paved with stone, becoming dirt paths, stamped out by visitors over decades of use. Thankfully, the weather had been nice the last few days, so it wasn't muddy. How weird. All this way in and still no flowers. You think we went the wrong way? Maybe what? Senpai didn't answer and just kept walking ahead. The map held tightly in his hand. There was nothing I could do to follow. They should be around here. We arrive at a place that looks like an abandoned farm with a small hut on the far side. Next to the empty field stood a grand tree, its shade reaching out over the ground below where a large boulder lay beneath. It seemed like the perfect place to sit and have a rest. Well, this must be the spot, but I guess the trees haven't started blooming yet. Bummer. So this is a tongue tree? Yeah, a really big one too. I guess we're here early. In Meowly, the flowers should be blooming right about this time of year. Oh, probably because we are in the north. What difference does that make? Taipei is further north than Meowly, so perhaps the flower seasons start later. What? That can't be right! I just wanted to bring Liao up here to see the flower blossoms together. Senpai, I still think this place is really nice. Isn't it the perfect time to have our picnic anyway? It's a shame we didn't see the blossoms, but I didn't know what to expect anyway, so it's not like I feel like I missed out on anything. Maybe there's still another way. Senpai runs over to the tree, holding his paw against the trunk. Maybe if I do this. Liao, just wait for a sec. I'm gonna try something pretty hard. Whoa, really? Senpai stands before the tree, put his paws up to his chest, and performs some kind of ritualistic hand sign. A green aura slowly starts to emanate from within him.
If you ever lay a hand on my sensei, destroy you with a single fold! Let's see you try! Show me what you can do, nine-tailed fox! Shadow Clone Jutsu!
Just Shadow Clone Jutsu. Tiger and Leopard seem kinda nervous. What's going on? The green aura quickly surrounds the tree, slowly seeping into it. As this happens, the tree begins to shake, irrespective of the breeze. Some of the flower buds begin to open up on top of the tree. Suddenly, as if a wave of energy had shot down the tree, all the flowers blossom at once. A sea of white petals cover the branches and the grand tongue tree before me. Some of them even beginning to fall on the lone boulder below. It's breathtaking. Not bad. Pretty. I go over to pick up one of the tongue petals. It's pure white, not a blemish to be seen. The flowers even have pollen inside them. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought the petal had blossomed normally, just like any other. Senpai, that was awesome! Amazing, wasn't it? It may only be one tree, but now you get to see the tongue blossoms, Liao. But Senpai, I thought you didn't have any god powers. How'd you manage something like that? Oh, I've had that power ever since I became a Yao Guai. You don't learn tricks like that from a local god of soil, after all. Oh. Well, now that I've prepared such wonderful scenery, let's hurry up and dig into our picnic. Senpai swiftly takes the blanket out from his backpack and spreads it down in between falling tongue petals. If hikes mean picnics, then picnics mean I need to pack heaps of sweets to give us the energy to make it back home. So, what do you have in store for us, Liao? Sweets? We aren't kids, you know, Mr. Big College Senpai. Well, I say cherish your youth. Senpai drops his backpack down and takes out some cookies, crackers, and an assortment of pastries. I mean, you could eat that all in one go, but it's hardly a proper meal. So, what delectable treats did Liao bring? I open my backpack and suddenly take out a bento box I prepared earlier this morning. I made it while Senpai was still sleeping. I never cooked, so I just used some recipe I found on the internet, so it probably didn't turn out any good. Not to mention those mistakes I made while putting it together. Thankfully, Tigeru was there to help me fix them. I tried my best to cook a variety of vegetables and meat. At the very least, it should be good for me. What? It's almost like your wife cooking their husband a delicious meal. Hey, no way. I was just thinking that I should try making a bento for our picnic. Whoa, wow, Liao. I never thought you would do that for me. Enough, kitten. Liao never said he made it for you. Then who else would he make it for? It's not like you need to eat. After offering it, Liao could certainly eat it for all of us. That would be such a waste. I don't see how. Liao, you made the bento for me, didn't you? I taught Liao how to make it. If anything, it should be an offering to me. Liao's bento, I want. It's funny because he's so aggressive about it. He's just so fucking aggressive. Wait, it's only a bento. I quickly hid the bento behind my back to keep it away from any funny ideas they might have. Hey, no need to bicker over it. I made this for my lunch today. Why would you think I made it for you? But Liao, wouldn't it make more sense to offer it to us before you eat it? There's no downside to you at all. That's true. It'd be kind of mean to not let you guys have at it for no reason. Wait, if you did that, everyone would get to eat the bento but me. No fair. You don't need. Cool, Liao, you too? I just want to taste some of Liao's homemade cooking. Is that too much to ask? Senpai looks at me with unconvincing sad puppy eyes while Tiger and Leopard slowly close in on me. What should I do? Okay, who should we share the homemade bento with? Hey, okay now. You three just need to stop fighting over this. I made this, and it's my choice to give it to one of you. Got it? Of course. I guess I'll offer it to Leopard. What are you doing? Huh? What's got Leopard so tense? I watch him, trying to scrutinize what's going on. I think he's looking behind me. Quickly, I turn my head to see what's up. Ugh, that meat is way too salty, don't you think?
Father apologies, 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 Father apologies.
Welcome to the special bullshit that is this. But you can't say that I'm wrong. You can't say that I'm wrong. I mean, just look at that. Who are you? Like, kiddo, is this the first thing you've ever cooked? You really need to keep working at it. I know that. Why do you think I was going to eat it by myself? Oh, to me it looked like you were about to offer it to someone. The gift of a nice, warm, homemade bento is a great way to express your affection to someone. No. It seems like he's pulling it off. It's not like that. Don't jump to conclusions. Aren't these three your suitors? Or are they mistaken? You're mistaken. Also, who are you? Don't you know not to go around and steal other people's food? I figured the three of them would just start fighting over it, so I came over here and ate it instead. To help you, of course. That's still stealing! You should at least ask me first. Correct. Usually, I would be courteous towards a god of soil such as yourself, but it appears you do not care for such manners. It's easy to just ask. How dare you be so... Huh? God of soil? Yes. Something wrong? Huh? This guy looks like a dragon from far away. He's definitely got the chi of a god of soil. Can't say I've seen any gods like you around here before. Strange man. Everyone's like that. I'm really special, huh? Anyways, guys, I'm Ragu Laurent, a Grand Tree Lord. You can call me Ragu. What? Grand Tree Lord? In other words, he's a god that resides within a tree. Such ancient trees can become a local god of soil when worshipped by the local people. Oh, I see. So he's a tree spirit that looks like a dragon. Okay. What kind of tree looks like that? Not to mention those clothes. Everything about this guy is just weird. Where did he even come from? Why, how do I even begin with you? How dare you steal away the bento Liao made for me? After you've gobbled all over it, there's no way anyone else would want any. No one said it was yours, kitten. No one said it was yours either, old man. You just want to call me an old man, don't you? Hey, hold up. We're getting way off topic again. More importantly, this guy's a god of soil? If he's a god of soil for real, then I should probably show more respect. Not that the way he's treated me has been respectful at all. But how could a god of soil look like that? I've absolutely never learned about any gods that look like that. Gods of soil can come in many forms, Liao. He may be an odd one, but with chi like that, he's for real. You've got to be the weirdest god I've ever seen. It's true. Even I think I look unique. Well, at least he's proud of himself, but that doesn't really answer why he's dressed like that. Liao, I think you want to know why different. I guess I've always been like this. I used to be an old tree, then I became a Grand Tree Lord, and then... Oh right, these clothes. Try and guess what these are. How are we supposed to know where his weird clothes came from? Aw, you're not even going to try and humor me? Well, might as well tell you. It's a landslide safety net. Oh, you mean those ones along the edge of cliffs to prevent walls from falling? Exactly. Some rocks fell down and dragged this net around me, so all my worshippers started to see me like this. Alright, I guess that makes sense, but why would a Grand Tree Lord look like a dragon? Well, of course, my tree trunk looks like a dragon after all. Really? A dragon? Right. Some time ago I got struck by lightning. Since then, people began to think I looked like a dragon. At first, I didn't see it. One day, an artist came to paint me into their canvas. That person painted me as if I were a dragon sleeping within the dark clouds of a thunderstorm. I'm still not sure if I like it, but it was certainly the paintwork of a master artisan. I wasn't wearing any clothes in the painting, but I couldn't go gallivanting around naked, could I? So instead you gallivant around in a net? Exactly. How very smart of you. I am still a college student, you know. So, what about the nickname? I couldn't imagine any Grand Tree Lords who would want to be called Ragu. I'm hardly a lord. I've been drawn as a dragon, people see me wearing this. I don't really suit the formalities, so Ragu it is. Well then, what are you doing here, Mr. Ragu? Liao, don't be rude. Alright, sorry, but why did you choose to grace us with your presence? There's no need to be serious about it, kid. I just like talking with my worshippers. And be as non-godly as possible while doing so. That's not to mean people shouldn't respect their gods, of course. I don't like all that formal talk. It just gets in the way of what really matters. This guy really is a unique god, that's for sure. Why did you choose to talk to us? Not to mention steal my bento. I wanted to see you guys. See us? You guys are famous, didn't you know? Huh? Famous? How can that be? A boy who can channel spirits running around with 3 feline gods? You're what all the Yaogwai are talking about these days. You really didn't know? Not know. What? No way. I guess I haven't really talked to any other Yaogwai since I've been dealing with Yanshu-Chi's life, though. I knew this would worry Liao. Huh? Tiger, you knew about this? I know that Yaogwai love to gossip, so it's only natural that we garner some attention. Well, I heard you're quite the stud, letting these 3 chase after you, not even making a decision on which one you love. What? That's what they're saying? What do the Yaogwai think they know about this? Yaogwai have to entertain themselves somehow. Most of them just play games and read manga all day these days. One of my worshippers gave me a 3DS, so even I play around with it occasionally. It's pretty fun. What? How? Well, pressing the buttons is no problem for me, but I wouldn't play with any worshippers watching, of course. Wait, that's not important. What other rumors are there about us? Just as I said, you let these 3 dote after you, never giving anything in return. I would say it could be seen as taking advantage of them. It's not like that. They're the ones who came looking for me. Sure, they want me to go off and help them, but there's no way I can make such big promises to them. That's why we're stuck like this. Not to mention all 3 of them are male. Even if the Yaogwai are really open-minded about it, they surely can't expect me to be like that with all 3 of them. Oh, so you see these 3 as dudes? What? How else would I see them? So that's how it is. In your eyes, am I male as well? Yes, a young dragon man. I was thinking of myself as a jolly old ant. Gods don't have genders after all. Worshippers see their gods as whatever gender they imagine them to be. So you're actually a woman.
Mother apologies, 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 mother apologies.
The way you see them isn't necessarily how they really are. Basically, you could just be seeing them as the gender you like the most. What? I thought that I'd been seeing beastmen just because they're animal gods. That's normal, right? I guess different worshippers would perceive gods differently according to what they themselves believe. After all, I've heard stories about Guan Yin being male or female, but I never thought their genders were actually a set thing. Well, at least I know Senpai is Liao only possessed Yanshu-Chi after learning which way you swing. Gay or straight, everybody loves the boy with the baby face, right? What are you talking about? However you go about it, from the perspective of the Yaogwai, it does kind of look like you're leading them on. Like that bento could probably be taken as you wanting them to fight over you. It's not like that's what I meant to happen. How could you think like that? I'm just a guy. They're gods! So you've never heard of men who have fallen in love with gods before? You must have been misinformed. Well, Liao, we are all living together after all. Senpai, please don't make it worse. I don't see your statement as correct at all. Us gods couldn't possibly have romantic feelings for Liao. All I wish for him is that he ignore the other 2 and return home after graduation. A relationship is the furthest thing on my mind. I understand his words, but that doesn't make hearing them any better. The conversation seems to be lost on Leopard, which is probably for the best. He looks so confused. Alright, I should stop messing with you. It's fine. I know they don't feel that way. Maybe except for the little... Don't call me little. Alright then, Leopard Cat, but with the rumors being what they are, I had to come and see for myself. So, kiddo, do you really have no romantic feelings toward these cats? None at all. Really? At the very least, you're all so close to each other. I'd say whatever happens, you'll still make great companions. Great companions? Would that really be how it works out? You still don't know everything. You don't even know what they're asking me to do. Please say, what have they come to request from you? A Jitong, a priest, an oracle. I would have to choose one of those roles and perform it for years for just one of them. Perhaps even my whole life. I can't just make a promise like that to all of them. So then, I guess you'll just have to promise that to the one you wish to be together with for life. Why'd you have to put it like that? Isn't that how it is? Whoever you choose will be your companion for life. As difficult of a decision as it is to make, isn't it a bit disrespectful to the gods by having them follow you everywhere in anticipation? I never thought of it like that. You can't put off this decision forever. I'd say you should choose the companion you get along with best and stay together with them. It's not like that's an easy thing to choose. Not to mention there's other things I want to do in life. No matter what, the influence of others will always change your path in life. Imagine if you had a relationship with another human. Wouldn't that change your life just the same? That doesn't make it any easier. Even if I refuse all three, it's none of your business. After seeing how stressed you are over this, I want to come and help. You are dealing with gods, so of course it's of interest to all of us. I want to make my own decision. Please, I don't want you trying to make my own decisions for me. You're unique, kiddo, and because of that, your affairs matter to us gods. As annoying as it is, he's not wrong. Even if a perfect way to settle this doesn't exist, I still think you should decide as soon as possible. Taking up the time of all three of them is just going to come across as disrespectful. I don't mind. It's fine as long as Liao goes home after graduation. He won't have time to go be a temple priest or some aborigines or oracle. Stop being selfish, old man. My temple is in dire straits as it is. Well, things wouldn't be so bad for you if you went back to being a Yao Guai. And what if my Fudagong loses all their spirit power? That's all that will happen. A god of soil will just lose their power. It's not like they would die. If the local people didn't feel the need to worship them, then that's just how it is. Please, just stop, you two. It's hard enough to decide as it is without you making each other cry. This really is difficult for me. I know you're under pressure, but putting it off won't help. You won't make any progress like that. Maybe, unless something else comes up. Liao must quickly come Wu-Tai. Something bad. What is it? Danger. We must warn them. Every temple has stories about gods helping their worshippers to ward off some prophecy of doom. Sorry, Kulao, but your problem isn't special. Which is exactly why you shouldn't journey off to anyone else's temple. Liao is of the Lin family. You should take care of your own Mazu temple and your family's needs. Running around and saving the worshippers of every temple is a fool's errand. You really are selfish. You're the one being selfish. What a troublesome situation you've gotten yourself in, kiddo. You guys don't get it. I'm not playing around. I'm stressed every day. I feel like I should remind you that this situation won't resolve itself. You're going to keep stressing yourself out over it until you make a decision. I don't think any of them want you to go through that. I guess so. And the Yao Guai, they're spreading rumors. The faster you get this over with, the better. What does that mean? Nothing. Just think who you wish to team up with. No matter what, you'll end up hurting someone, so keep it simple for their sakes. Why do you have to make it sound like I'm breaking up with someone? Am I wrong? After all, their appearances are based on your preferences, not to mention all the things they can help you with. I did hear from someone that these gods fulfill a special interest of yours, don't they, kiddo? How do you know about that? So it's true. I was just guessing. Why? Yao Guai are gossiping about me like that? About that stuff? Thinking about it is almost too embarrassing to handle. Just don't make it too hard on yourself, kiddo. Think about it simply and make a decision earlier. Think simple. Take my spiritual advice for you to heart, kiddo. Ragu pets me on the head. Okay, little guy, take it easy. I'll be around here for the next few days if you need me. See ya! Okay, I want to do something, since, like, they confirmed that they were, like, the Jolly Ant. I have some shit on here that I can do. Let me just go to like this folder that I've dedicated my computer real quick. Jesus Christ, I need to clean this up. Desktop in general. Okay, so they said that they were a jolly ant. So let me just... There we go. Ant Dragon God. Ragu says goodbye with a hearty smile before starting to fade away, as if he wasn't ever there to begin with. Huh? Wait! He was gone. What kind of god just brings up a topic like that and then just leaves? What a weird god. I would never have foreseen that he would bring that up. I would have told him not to tell you if I had the chance. Why? I'd have figured that it would make you uncomfortable, and I was most likely correct. You should just ignore the Yagwai gossip until it fades away. There's no harm to come from it. Though Ragu was kinda right, Liao, you shouldn't just keep waiting until something bad happens. So let's set off for Miali as soon as possible. Senpai, please. But we get along so well. It'd be so nice just to be with Liao forever. I don't know. Please don't say things like that. Leopard raises a paw and gently taps Senpai on the head. Senpai plays along, acting stunned as if he just smacked him. Finally able to collect my thoughts, I look back towards the picnic and the bento laid out before us. Now that Ragu has taken a bite out of the chi, would any of them even want to eat it? So, what do we do about the bento? All three of them remained silent. None of them wanted the bento anymore. There was kind of a weird mood, but I should still eat my lunch. I did make it for myself, after all. I picked up my chopsticks and looked down at the bento. All the pieces of roasted meat laid untouched in a tidy row. But I couldn't help but recall Ragu picking up one and eating it. I sit down for a moment and calm myself. Ragu was correct. Postponing my decision isn't going to help anything. Nothing good will come from just waiting, especially for Senpai. His Fudegong's power probably won't hold out much longer. I always thought I could keep this up until graduation. Time's running out, isn't it? That doesn't mean I should be hasty. I need to think about this. This is my life we're talking about. I still need to think about what's best for me. If that means I need to refuse all three, I should do it sooner rather than later. However, if it was just so easy to make them leave, then I wouldn't have to stress out over it. What should I do? I raise my chopsticks, about to snatch up some lunch, then suddenly... Swiftly, I see a paw reach in and snatch away a piece of meat from my bento. Delicious. One look at Leopard's expression exposed his white lie. It wasn't delicious at all. I might as well try it, so I pick up the piece that Leopard just consumed the chi from and place it on my tongue. Yup, it's way too salty. If someone ever tells you that you shouldn't use too much soy sauce, they're wrong. The other pieces were cold and oily. It was better with the rice, but by no stretch of imagination would I consider it delicious. Moving on, I tried the rest of the meal. The fried vegetables tasted metallic somehow. The biscuit was soggy, and while the seasoning wasn't bad, you wouldn't call what's here a tamagoyaki anymore. As I was thinking about how it didn't turn out too well, Leopard's paw reaches over the bento, snatching another 2 pieces of meat. But, Leopard, is it okay for you to eat that? Ragu already had a bite after all. Because Liao made this. It's not that good. Because Liao made this. There's no need to force yourself just because of that. Because Liao made this. He just keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Why is he always so determined? Really? It's okay, you don't need to force yourself. Someone already had some, and it's not even that good. I don't expect you to eat it. But I want to eat. I look down at the mess of a bento I made. It doesn't taste good, and it doesn't look good either. Leopard takes another piece of meat, including some veggies with it this time as well. He never eats veggies. Before I knew it, he took another mouthful, and then another. Before long, he'll have eaten the whole thing. Considering the quality, it'd be rude not to follow his lead, so I proceed to dig in, eating the whole thing quietly before finishing up by clipping the lid back on the bento box. Once we finish eating, I pack up the leftover rubbish. We have to keep the field clean after all. Senpai pulls out a bottle of juice and passes it to me. I take a swig and lay down against the rock under the tree, taking in the breezy scenery around me. Clouds had gathered over a distant mountain peak, creating fog in shades of white and gray. A thick haze obscures the lush forest underneath. Even though it's spring, cold air still blows through these mountains. I zip up my jacket and let myself relax a little. As I look up, I see some tongue flower petals drift down onto my shoulders. I brush them off, leaving them to fall on the picnic blanket below. Brilliant white petal snow forming around me a petal at a time. Liao, you want to bring some of the tongue flowers home with us? Home? Well, where would we put them? Watch the petals fall on the picnic blanket. Senpai made them blossom just for me. Fallen flowers didn't have stems, so I guess a vase wouldn't even work. For flowers like this, placing them on a plate with some water should suffice. In that case, they should keep nice for several days. Huh? Really? I imagine a picture of serenity as the tongue flowers drift across the water on a nice little plate on my bookshelf. But how'd we get them home without crushing them? That's the problem. They'd get crushed in a bag. Maybe if we washed the bento box and put them in that. Wouldn't they just smell like food then? Shame I didn't bring any soap. Wait, what kind of person would bring soap to a picnic? Packing an extra box would make way more sense. Senpai gathers the flower petals into a small pile about the size of a fist. They were beautiful, but I couldn't imagine how to keep them pristine during the trek back home. As I watched Senpai gather more flowers, I thought through what to do. This lasts just a moment as my attention shifts to Leopard walking over to the tongue tree. Before I know it, Leopard throws the flowers up into the air, holding his paws around the flowers as if he were about to catch them as they fell. However, none of the flowers fell back down. Instead, Leopard must be using his powers to suspend them in the breeze. Wow, Kulao! That's a cool move! Quite the waste of your divine powers. Leopard looks around a bit while keeping the flowers suspended in his paws. Soon enough, Senpai comes over with his backpack. Kulao, can you keep the flowers floating around inside my bag? Yes. All the way down the mountain? Yes. Yeah! 3 cheers for Kulao! Now we can take the flowers home thanks to him! Senpai dances happily around the Leopard. It's nice to be able to take the flowers home and all, but does he really need to be so excited about it? Heh, Liao's going to decorate the room with these blossoms. I guess so. And whenever you see the blossoms, you'll think of me. Why would I? Because I'm the one who thought to bring them home. I mean, Leopard's the one who's actually letting us be able to bring them home. But, don't you think I'm beautiful just like a tongue blossom? How so? Wah. Senpai is frozen with shock, so I walk over and help Leopard open the bag so we can float the petals inside. Liao, do you like flowers? I guess so. It's a long way up here. If anything, it's a nice idea to bring them back as souvenirs for this trip. I zip the backpack back up. The bag's kind of full already. Are the flowers really just floating around inside? I wonder if they'll end up getting crushed during the walk home anyway. I'm not so sure. Okay. I just pictured, like, Yan Shuchi's head on, like, a small body with, like, Kingdom Hearts level bullshit size feet and massive little grabby hands, all of which are green. I'm not so sure, but Leopard's face remains unchanged, so I guess it's okay. Well, now that we've got our souvenirs, we should head back, right? But it's still so early! Are there more places to see? We could always try that trail and see if it leads us to any pretty places. I guess Senpai's idea isn't bad, but it took ages for us to get here. I'm just worried about going out too far at this point. The paths are well marked, but I'm still afraid of getting lost. We don't really know where those paths go, and we'll be in big trouble if it gets dark and we can't find our way back. It's just a bit past midday. I just don't want to get too far from the metro station. Yeah, you're right. Getting lost out here would suck. But since we have extra time, we can catch the metro back and still go and check out some of the shops before dinner. Yeah, sure. Senpai and I plan out our trip back down the mountain. As we backtrack our steps onto the map, none of us mention our encounter with that weird god of soil. I wonder if it was awkward for all of them too. Alright, everyone ready to head back to the station? I start packing up the remains of our picnic. Afterwards, we head off back down the mountain. The pathways are narrow, so we end up walking single file. Walking in a line doesn't make it easy to strike up conversation, but I guess all of us had something to think over in our heads after today. It really was a lot quieter than on the way up this morning, but words to start a nice conversation just couldn't come to me. Ragu, do the other Yaogui really think I'm just keeping those three around just to take advantage of them? I mean, I don't know any of these Yaogui, so why should I care what they think? That doesn't stop me from feeling annoyed over everything they think about me, though. But I do care about how those three feel. Do they think that I'm just keeping them around because of some selfish wish to have them all to myself? Probably not. Or at least I don't think they do. Definitely not Senpai. After all, he's the one always trying to make everything about romance, not me. But I guess it would be true that by not deciding anything with him, he just ends up trying to please me, trying to make me want to like him. Tiger and Leopard wouldn't think like that, would they? Tiger knows me. He knows my troubles. He knows my likes. But even then... Damn it. But even then, he's not interested in romance. Leopard doesn't speak much, but he's always there when I need him. Could it just be because he wants me to go with him? Could it be more? Does he even know what romance is? Ragu said that gods don't have set genders. In his own eyes, Leopard could be a girl. Would that make it better? Maybe it's just weird. Leopard really does seem to be naive to all this. He couldn't possibly have those kinds of thoughts. But I've still held on making any promises with him. Wonder how that makes him feel. I should ask him what he really thinks, if I get the chance. I look around towards the three of them, walking single file down this narrow and winding mountain path. Some distance separates each of us. Would this be a good time to ask them? But how am I supposed to do it? It's embarrassing, but I've got to just suck it up and go for it. Okay, who should we talk to about this whole romance thing? My dog's trying to sleep like a person right now. It's amazing. He's like on his back, legs sprayed out. Using my pillow, it's amazing. It's glorious. I'm going to take a picture of him real quick. Okay, we're going to talk to Liku Lao. I hesitate for a second and speed up my pace to catch up to Leopard in front of me. Leopard's eyes acknowledge me as I close in behind him, but he doesn't say a word. He just keeps on moving forward silently. I'm not sure why, but I find him relaxing to just be around. For a while, we just walked together. It gave me time to organize my thoughts and gather the words to say something. Leopard, about that grand tree lord Ragu was saying, did you understand any of it? Leopard appeared to be deep in thought over my question. Most of it. So, do you feel like I've been keeping you with me on purpose? Leopard shakes his head. Liao is stressed. I know Liao needs to think. Thank you. I'm glad that he understands where I'm coming from. That's way better than if he believed those rumors. Man, that would have been awkward. He doesn't think I'm taking advantage of him. But does he think that I may have feelings for him? I've always had the feeling that he's pretty innocent. That he probably doesn't think those kinds of thoughts. Or is it just that he's naive? It's hard to ask these questions in the right way. Is there something you want to say? Looking at him, I guess he's ready to say something, but it's almost as though he's biting down the words as they reach the tip of his tongue. Liao. Must come soon. I'm scared. Come to Wutai? Why? Something bad happened. What could happen? Summer. Much rain. Much wind. Summer... a typhoon? Yes. But there's typhoons every year. Is something going to happen? The land could run. Land could run? Oh, I get it. You mean a landslide. Yes. Okay. With the context and the face that he's making, the bottom left corner, it looks like he's about to cry, and that makes me sad. Do you know when it could happen? I don't know. I'm scared. It's dangerous. I get it. You think that due to the typhoons this summer, a landslide will hit your village. Basically, you want me to warn the townspeople to stop that from happening? Yes. But it's not like I can suddenly appear and start talking about landslides. Would anyone believe me? I know where land run. Even so, that's not proof. Must be quick. Liao must come. I help. Villagers believe. People will believe Liao. So he wants me to go over sooner and earn the people's trust. But to them, I'd just be some Han kid that left school to go warn them of impending doom. There's no way anyone would believe me. To those people, I'm a complete stranger. I guess Tiger talked about this as well. If I have the power to help, it would be easier to use it for the people of my hometown. Even still, it's not like I feel that I have much of a connection to the Mazu people in my hometown that I've never met before either. Okay, I understand. I'll think about it. When the first typhoon strikes this summer, I'll try to contact a tribe there. Now that I think about it, I do have a Rukai friend. Maybe I could let Jihao help me warn his people about the landslide. They definitely believe his message more than mine. It'd be a good idea to talk to him about it when we get home. Liao, not come? I'm not sure yet. Let me think about it, okay? If there's any real danger, I will do my best to help. I'm worried. I know, but I shouldn't leave school during the first year, and really, I might not be the best person to go and warn them. I can do my best, but if the people don't believe me, then it would be useless. Liao comes. I help. They will believe. You can help make them believe me. Maybe, but please give me some time, okay? Even if I decide to go right now, it's not that simple. For starters, I might not even be able to get a leave of absence from school. Then if we waited for summer break, I'd still need my family's permission to travel there. Without it, I'd have no money for the trip. There's still a good while until the typhoon season comes. Until then, I'll do my best to help. Leopard, please don't be so nervous, okay? Okay. Leopard still seemed nervous, but he tried his best to give a smile through that. Even seeing his smile was emotional for me all the same, even if I couldn't make any promises. After all, it'd just be irresponsible to pack my bags and run off to Rutai. I need to know how this is all going to work out before then, but I hope it does work out. Done talking, we hiked back down the rest of the mountain in silence, eventually arriving back at the metro station and walking over to the nearby markets. Senpai couldn't help himself from running around between the stalls, his eyes lighting up as he browses through the various snacks. Even Tiger couldn't hold himself back, the two of them happily checking out the entire marketplace. With lifted spirits and lighter wallets and a setting sun, we board the bus home. And we're going to leave off there. Yeah, saved. Okay, the previous one, the conversation with Liku, it gave me feelings, and I don't appreciate that. Every game, granted there was only like 2 before this, I've gotten feelings and I don't appreciate that. Okay. Well. So, stay safe. And have a good night.